Well, hello everyone. So, had to run and take care of some things early this morning and got caught up in one hell of a storm. Seen quite a few trees and yard ornaments and trash cans. Everything's getting blown all over the place, or was. So, but I went and measured for some windows and got that done. There's still debris in the middle of the road. So I wanted to give you an update on kind of what's going on. So yesterday there was 4. It turns out there are 2 more, so that's a total of 6 Earth-directed CMEs coming toward us. It is going to be a significant event, and as of right now, it looks like they're going to start hitting Earth sometime Friday night and going into Saturday, maybe a little bit into Sunday. So if all of it, if the leading edge of it, which is usually the most severe, hits at night, then that's a good thing for us because we're not going to be on that side of the planet. But it is still going to affect us as far as electronics. To what extent, no one knows. No one, it depends on how everything's shielded, if there's a weak point, how strong it is. There's so many variables, there's no sense in even guessing if Xbox or YouTube or Facebook, if they go down tomorrow, well, you pretty much have a good idea why. So there may be a couple of places that lose power, but it's probably going to be small localized events. Usually because there's a weak transformer or something that has a weak shielding into it. So someone asked, well, let me finish my thought before I go on to a different one. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's good to be prepared, as with any kind of event when it comes to weather. Is it something to panic over and go crazy over? Hell no. I have seen a couple people online saying, get in your bunker and, go buy up all the food you can buy. It's not, it may be that bad in a couple of areas, but it's not going to be that bad widespread. I don't think so. So, and there's different levels of storm, and it looks like we're going to be definitely in the mid-range middle, but it's, it's kind of like in a hurricane thing. Not saying it's a hurricane, but, from tropical storm to category 5, this is probably like a good category 1 or 2 in comparison. If I had to say, okay, a solar storm, we're going to turn it to a hurricane. So it's going to be significant, but is it going to be widespread, catastrophe? No. In fact, nothing, depending on where you're at, nothing may happen. But we'll wait and see. But it's supposed to be hitting sometime Friday night, or at least that's what they're telling me. So, again, someone asked me, what did I buy or how do I prepare? The one thing I don't do is go crazy. Okay, I'm on a budget, and I spend my budget every single week for things that I need. Now, see behind me, I got a bunch of water still in my truck because I never took them out yesterday because my back still hurt. But, that's the water I drink. So that's the water I'm going to buy. I don't drink out of gallons. I don't drink Dasani. I don't drink any other brand. I drink Zephyr Hill spring water because to me, that tastes good. It doesn't taste like processed chemicals. To me, So, most of my preparedness food is food that I eat every day anyways. Rice, beans, canned chili, tuna fish, canned chicken. With that little combination, you can make a hell of a, or with that food, you can make a hell of a lot of combinations. Being prepared is not about what to buy. It's more of a state of mind. So for me, I'm always prepared because I always have, at least a month to 3 months worth of food at all times. Most of the food that I buy is stuff that isn't going to go bad for a year or 2, so I never really have to worry about it going bad. Having, medicine that you need, having a light source, a heat source. Most of my food does not have to be refrigerated. So, if the power goes out and I got a fire pit out back, I'm kind of good, If I don't have a fire pit, I'll make one, you know. But it's more about having a mindset of knowing that whatever is going to happen is going to happen whether I want it to or not. So you kind of always have to be prepared, you know. You can go out and buy stuff, and, you know, I'm going to be doing some reviews on some things that I think are quite interesting. So I do want to kind of show you guys some really cool products that I know about, and I'm going to do little reviews on it. And if you decide you want to buy them, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. But I want to test them. I want to see how durable they are before I ever say, hey, I think these are good. You know, I think one of the best things to have, me personally, and I'm not saying go out and buy it, but the DeWalt set. The screw gun, the circle saw, the sawzall, the radio, the lights, the fan. I mean, I have everything I need that will give me at least, you know, half a day to a day's worth of preparation, of, you know, be able to cut and modify, screw things together, because I have multiple batteries. I got fans to keep me cool, which I've used when I slept in the truck. I got radios to keep me informed. I got lights when I need lights, you know. And if I don't have a lighter, I stick a stick into the end of the screw gun and go zzz until the shit catches fire. You know, so for me personally, I love a DeWalt set with a multitude of batteries that are always fully charged. So that's one little tidbit of preparedness. But the biggest thing I can tell you is if you're not thinking about being prepared, you're not ever going to be prepared. Because, you know, and this is not for what's happening now. This is for, let's say, at very minimum, localized riots like what we had during the Summer of Love in 2020. And, you know, when we have a situation where cops really aren't handling things, you know, and stuff's getting a little out of control, the best thing to do, one, is to hide. That's always the go-to thing. If you want to survive, you hide, period. But let's say, hypothetically, you know, someone flips a switch somewhere and everything kind of just turns off. Let's say, you know, we have an electrical grid failure and all the lights are gone. Let's say you still have limited use of vehicles, you know, or stuff like that, but for the most part, everything's kind of dead in the water. Well, one, you have to be in a mental state to understand that you no longer have the creature comforts of life. You don't have AC, you don't have the heater, you don't have lights, you don't have your phone or tablet, you don't have anything, you know. So unless we even say hypothetically you don't have a car, you know. So being mentally prepared to being able to adjust your brain to comprehend that and not panic and not freak out, that is more important than how much food you have in the cupboard or how much water you got, you know, in a Tupperware box somewhere. I'm gonna hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can get over here real quick. And this car is probably not gonna let me do it. Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right. I think we good. No wrecks. Yay! I made it. All right. So, and then understanding. One of the other things you have to really be able to switch your thought process is that during an event, let's say a catastrophic event, morality is kind of out the window because there's going to be people who are not prepared, who are scared, hungry, mentally disturbed by the event. You know, it's a multitude of reasons why people that were your friends are no longer your friends, and that includes family members. What the hell is this? Sorry, I just got really distracted by a lot of colors. Oh, I heard about this. Okay. It's some kind of liquidation store, and there's a new gym that's selling very brightly colored water bottles. But anyways, this is serious. I can't be getting distracted by colors. What the hell's wrong with you, Eric? So, but being able to, you know, at a moment's notice to say, okay, my friend of 20 years now might be my enemy because of the fact that they didn't prepare, and they have a family, and they're scared, and they want to get out of the way just like you do. So being able to understand that your cousin or your long lost relative who knows who you are as someone who is prepared, not necessarily a prepper, but someone who has basically just got yourself ready for whatever may happen. They may know that you have everything that they need, so let's go over here and get it from him, or her, or whoever. So that's something that you have to understand. So when that switch is flipped, you're going to have to make a really hard judgment call that is either you or them. It's not necessarily 100% that way, but if you watch any television show, when you have two people in a very chaotic situation meet each other, is very rarely under friendly circumstances, okay? Especially in real life. There are survival video games which I like to watch other people play, and mainly because I like to see the interactions. Even though it's a video game, these are still real people playing, and they have real interactions, not to the level of what it would be in real life, but for me, it's kind of like, I love hearing on how the interactions, and most of the time it's kill. As soon as you see someone kill them because they're a threat, they're going to take everything that you have. And we have a good proportion of society that has been raised that way. In fact, the best thing you can do is sit down with a soldier, with a man or woman who has been trained to make them decisions, and hopefully they're a moral person, but sit down and say, okay, which I have done this to a multitude of people, but you sit down and you have a conversation saying, okay, if we have a catastrophic event where the police are no longer a viable option, would you like to team up? And do we, either I can provide guns, food, medical expertise, vehicles, land, whatever it is. Say, I have this that I can put toward a small community. And, if you really want to get prepared, that's how you do it. Surprisingly, no one has came to me and said, hey, do you want to team up? I did have a team a long time ago, but unfortunately, due to a very long series of events, he is no longer with us, and I wish him the best in whatever place he's in. But yeah, he had a very rough string in his life, and he's no longer with us. So yeah, I kind of sort of miss him, So anyways, again, sidebar, stay on track. So, but anyways, yes, we're going to have an event. Yes, we're going to, we have the possibility of experiencing some little blips in our computer systems and our electronic grid. And if it happens, just understand it's not global warming, it's not climate change, it's the sun being a little pissed off right now. That's it. There's nothing we can do to change it. There's nothing that is going to change whatever happens. There's no magic spell. There's nothing, just basically you're going to wake up tomorrow morning and everything, 70% chance, 80% chance that everything's going to be fine. So anyways, here's this new place called Total Liquidation Outlet. Save a ton. I was actually coming over here to get socks because most of my socks have holes in them. I figured if I'm going to be prepared, I should at least have some good damn socks. So, on that note, peace, love, money. I'm out.